For more on this case, let's bring in GMA legal analyst Dan Abrams. And Dan, where to begin? I mean, this is a very unusual case. Have you ever heard of a daughter suing her parents?
Not for a restraining order like this and getting it. What's really sad about this case is you've got parents who agreed to pay the tuition for their daughter because they wanted her to go to the best school. Remember, she'd gotten scholarship offers at other schools. Her parents said, no, you know what? We want to pay for you to go to the best school. So she goes, and then the problems start. So no matter how you view this case, it's incredibly sad.
And the parents have made some pretty startling allegations against their own daughter, saying she uses drugs, saying she's promiscuous. Could she actually file criminal charges against them?
Look, could she sue them for saying that she's doing drugs if it's not true? Sure. I can't imagine that's where she wants to go right now. I get the sense she wants to get her parents out of her life. You know, if you think of this not as parents, but as a 21-year-old, right, who has people who are following her, who are spying on her, who are saying things about her which are incredibly negative to the people at her school again and again and again, it starts to feel a little bit different. When we talk about parents, yes, if this was a 15-year-old or a 16-year-old and you're talking about looking at their Facebook account, parents do that all the time. When you're talking about a 21-year-old who is at a college, and you're saying that they're literally following every keystroke, watching her sleep, following what she does on her computer, etc. That's a different level. And I think that's why the court, which, as you pointed out, almost never would get involved in this kind of case, did get involved in this particular one.
So, Dan, then how will the parents be monitored, and what will happen if they start trying to either harass or closely watch their daughter?
They could be in big trouble. I mean, look, they're not going to be, it's not going to be surveillance on them, etc. But if she reports that her parents have violated the order, that they've come back to the school, they've done something else like that, they could be in real criminal trouble. So they have to be very careful here about what they do.
If she were under the age of 18, would this be appropriate? Would this even be a criminal issue?
It would be a very different story. If she lived in the home under the age of 18, under the parents' care, parents have enormous ability to do things that ordinary people can't do. But that doesn't apply to when someone is an adult. Even though, I will say this, even if she were a child, some of the things that are alleged here, at least there would be concerns about it. I'm not saying the criminal law would be stepping in, but there would be school officials, there'd be others who'd be saying, hey, parents, what's going on?
Normal.
What's going on here? Take a step back. And, you know, the sorts of allegations she's making, and also not just making them to her, but going to school officials and others and saying, you know, she's mentally ill, we're thinking about having her committed, etc. Boy, if that stuff isn't true, that's dangerous stuff to be saying about someone.
All right, Dan Abrams, thanks so much. We appreciate it.